Hello everyone, in front of the Father here with Smite 2, the official announcement keynote. We're going to be reacting to this, talking about it. I will be pausing the video occasionally to add my own 2 cents in, or opinions, things I do or do not like. I will also have to mute part of this video because they do have the trailer in here, and I'm pretty sure the song is copywritten, and I'd rather not get a copyright strike on my channel, so I am going to have to mute the in-game audio, or not the in-game, but the video audio at that point, and you'll just hear me talking probably. We also will be looking at this video from IGN. This is part of the first look at Smite 2. So let's get into this. And with that being said, I am actually going to have my camera on. This is probably going to be one of the few videos where I have my camera on, because I think you should be able to see my facial expressions when I look at this. Actually, let me move the camera over here, because I'm going to be looking this way. Is that too bright? That might be. Hold on. I think I'll just do this, because this should be easier. I can just move this over here. And this over here. That should be fine. Perfect. And then, yeah, you'll see me. All right, let us get into this.
10 years together in Smite, but now it's time for something new. Something more beautiful than ever before. Something with more impact, more strategy, and more creativity. Something we've all been dreaming about for a long, long time. Introducing
World Premiere.
Okay. So I have to say, this is going to be muted because I'm not sure if this is copyright striking or not. This does look pretty nice, even though this isn't technically going to be the in-game animations. This is just, that looks so much better. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I definitely do feel they're going to improve a lot on the look. Someone made a comment about the health pool, saying it looked worse. I'm going to have to look at that to see if it looks better or worse. But the effects look so good. Look at that. Oh my gosh, the amount of animations now. I really love that. Yeah. Unreal Engine 5 is going to be such a huge change to this. I look forward to it. Sorry, I keep looking to see if I can get my face, but I'm dumb. It's not going to work. All right, now you're going to hear the in-game audio again, or the video audio again, because...
What's too worthy, you ask? This isn't just a slightly larger than normal season. It's not a balanced pass that we're calling a sequel. Smite 2 is the next generation of cross-platform third-person MOBA. This is a true sequel to Smite, fully modernized and rebuilt from the ground up in Unreal Engine 5. That's a 2-generation leap over Smite's Unreal 3, which first released back in 2006.
Wait a minute. It's 2024. You mean to tell me Smite was originally made on a 2006 engine? I thought Smite was 10 years old. So, was Unreal Engine 4 not out when they made Smite? Oh, yeah, that's going to be a huge leap. That might actually explain a lot of why Smite seems to have trouble sometimes. Not server-wise, because I know that I'm pretty sure servers are on their end. But I think Smite's going to run so much better for a lot of people with, Unreal Engine 5. Crashes are going to be so minimal.
We've got a lot to talk about today, so let's get started.
Smite 2 has all the things you already love about Smite, and so much more. It's got the depth of strategy and tactics that you can only find in a 3-lane MOBA. Competition is core to our DNA, and rest assured that Smite 2 is a competitive game that rewards your time and your skill. But unlike those other MOBAs, Smite 2 has amazing third-person combat. Whether you're coming from MOBAs,
the health looks like
shooters,
Division.
action games, or MMOs,
I'll put
you'll feel
Division up at some point like
and
this.
Of course, Smite 2 feels
so you
great
can
on keyboard
see.
and mouse or on control. Tactics that you can only find in a 3-lane.
Naturally, Smite 2 has a diverse roster of gods representing mythological pantheons from around the world, all updated for UE5. Some, like Loki, stay true to the god you love in Smite 1. They just look a lot better. Others, like Anubis, have incredible new animations and godly effects, flexing the power of UE5.
Wow.
Some are reimagined with new abilities. That's right, Ymir's wall now knocks up enemies, and he can use it to rocket jump, at least as much as a frost giant can jump. and some have an all-new look that stays true to their Smite 1 legacy while updating it for a new era. Here's an early look at Smite 2's Neith, who feels much more mythologically appropriate than before.
Oh, wow.
And of course, Smite 2.
I have to say, let me go back a little. The face looks a lot better. Don't get me wrong, she looks a very hard face, but Smite faces have been terrible, so it does look like the characters are going to look so much better
than before.
And of course, Smite 2 has all new gods. Introducing Hecate, whose flowing robes and otherworldly effects are only possible in UE5. Hecate, the Greek goddess of sorcery, has been the single most community requested god for Smite. Players have felt her impact in Smite for years through the item Ring of Hecate, but now they will finally be able to play as the legendary witch herself. Hecate brings an elegant playstyle to Smite 2 with her ranged magical abilities. Her magic allows her to reach through dimensions and even travel within the liminal space itself. Hecate's flames can guide the way, or her sorcery can bring gods to a halt. The choice is yours. Hecate is the first of 5 all-new gods coming to Smite 2 before launch, but we can't give everything away just yet.
Smite 2 is more than just Smite. Smite 2 is our chance to go back, take all the learnings from 10 years of making Smite into one of the most successful multiplayer games of all time, and do it all strictly better. Not just better in some ways and worse in others, but undeniably better.
There are improvements you'll see straight away. Smite 2 leverages things like dynamic lighting, using physically based rendering, cloth simulation, higher polygon counts, and a whole slew of other features that we weren't able to take advantage of in Smite. Our goal has been to enhance the visuals in all areas while preserving the feel of Smite that our players love. We've made improvements to things like animation, effects, environment art, but we're just as proud of the hundreds of little touches. We focused on things that you'll appreciate even if you don't consciously notice them. Smite 2 should just feel better.
For example, something as simple as a jump animation has had a major overhaul, allowing for a smoother flow while adding context and impact. Ability effects are all new, taking full advantage of Niagara. Watch how Anhur's pillar dissolves into sand, how Chalk's rain wets the ground, and how Ymir's wall freezes the nearby environment. These effects will increase your immersion in the world and your sense of godly power.
I do wonder if Smite 2 is definitely going to run better because Unreal Engine 5 is a lot better, but I wonder if this is going to make this game way more demanding, where a lot of people who played it previously are not going to be able to play Smite 2 because of all these added graphics and the fact that it is going to be more modernized. I feel it's going to make the game run better in some aspects, but probably be harder for people who
we looked at every god and made
do not have as good of a computer.
Whether it's a visual balance pass, an overall fresh coat of paint, or minor proportional changes so Chalk doesn't have a dab bot anymore. No matter how big or small, we've been looking into everything and working hard to really push the boundaries of what Smite 2 can be. Every aspect of the presentation is being considered to create an improved experience.
Smite 2 is also strictly better technically than Smite, in pretty much every way imaginable.
Our new Rally Here backend supports millions of concurrent users. Smite 1 players know that our old monolithic matchmaking core had a tendency of dying long before we had that many players. Smite 2 will have an all-new custom matchmaking system, which is specifically designed to tackle the unique challenges of matchmaking for a MOBA. And Ranked will be reimagined with a brand new system that aims to bring the competition to more players than ever, while creating a true uncapped battle for the #1 spot in the world.
Smite 1's UI runs on Flash. Yes, that Flash, which has long kept us from creating a modern UI with polish and performance that's finally possible.
Wait a minute. This looks really cool. So you're going to be able to completely change everything. This does look a lot better for the UI. But,
Well, in Smite 2.
And Smite 2 is a next-gen native title, taking full advantage of modern hardware. Smite 2 will support full crossplay across PC, Steam Deck, Xbox Series X and S, and PlayStation 5.
Smite 2 is a game where fighting feels strictly better than ever, so you can feel more like a god with additional impact on every hit. Weapon movements leave trails, making attacks more visible. Upper and lower body animations are more in sync, positioning your character within the action. Specific animations and effects have been retuned to add more impact than before. CC status and immunity are now clearly communicated on nameplates, so it's easier to read the flow of combat. And work has been done on the UI and user experience to make sure you truly feel when you're hitting your enemies and being hit.
And perhaps most importantly, it's a game with strictly better tactical and strategic depth than Smite 1. We've completely overhauled the idea of items and relics in Smite 2 to open the doors for more creativity, expression, and experimentation in every game you play. First up, relics are gone, at least as you know them. Now every god has 2 buttons by default, purification beads to immune crowd control, and a warding slot used specifically for your choice of vision control options. What about the other former relic options and items? Well, now your entire 6-slot item inventory can potentially have an activated effect, triggered by a button press. If you want blink, buy a blinking amulet. And don't worry, if you don't want to think about using any extra buttons in combat, you can still build items that are focused on stats and passives instead. The choice is...
So, amulets are going to be like glyphs from Smite 1, it looks like, because if you look here, that looks like a glyph. So it looks like Destol has a glyph now to blink. So the starters are going to get glyphs now, or what they call amulets.
That are focused on stats and passives instead. The choice is yours in this new system.
The item store is now easier to navigate, with an entirely new way to build items. Want a cooldown item and don't want to scour 30 different trees? Don't want to have to decide now what finished item you'll need in 5 minutes? Don't worry, just build a bow, and every single item with attack speed can be built out of that bow.
What? Hold on. That is going to be so
and
good.
You'll have more creative builds than ever before. Gods are no longer just magical or physical. Each god will now have 2 different sources of power, strength and intelligence. Different abilities within each god's kit will scale differently, and all gods will be able to build all items. Face Punch Ymir with crit is back. Hunters that used to do it all like Kurnanos now will need to build int in order to increase damage on certain abilities, like his polymorph. And new hybrid utility options let Chalk build int to buff his healing.
And there's even more new in Smite 2 to reward you for tactically and creatively playing the Conquest map. Ambush your enemies from new stealth zones, and make clutch rotations through portals connecting outer lanes. Battle against the Fire Giant, fully equipped with new abilities and new tactical approaches. Like the back door you can open to sneak in for a steal. Earn game-changing buffs as you defeat the Gold Fury, culminating in the Ancient Fury, a new game-ending objective. Gain every advantage through mastering new lane and jungle mechanics. New minion formations and siege minions will make laning more rewarding, while evolving jungle introduces new strategy to jungling. And there's an all-new way to intentionally interact with the map through a button press. Use this to fight over the Warhorn, which strengthens your minions, or to pick up a buff. That's right, there are no more accidental buff pickups in Smite 2.
As we've said before, Smite 2 is a true sequel to Smite, and a new standalone game. So let's address the question on everyone's mind. Existing content from Smite 1 will not directly transfer to Smite 2, but don't worry, just because your content doesn't directly transfer doesn't mean we're not rewarding our loyal players in Smite 2 for their time, money, and accomplishments.
First, let's talk about why we are not directly transferring content. Smite 2 is a multi-generational leap from Smite 1, moving from Unreal 3 to Unreal 5. That means we have to completely rework or recreate every piece of content for it to function in Smite 2.
Currently, because we want to make sure all the content that goes into Smite 2 is strictly better, it takes about 2 months of work to get one skin from Smite to Smite 2. And that's if we just port it with effects, without making other meaningful improvements.
As of today, there are about 1,600 skins in Smite, excluding Mastery skins. To just port every skin to Smite 2, it would take about 246 person years of work, and we couldn't do that and make Smite 2 as amazing as we knew it could be.
I'm not saying that's BS, but that does really suck that a lot of people like these skins and they're not going to be added in. And it makes sense if it's this difficult. I get them not wanting to waste their time on that, but I really hope they have equivalent or familiar skins to that. And I really hope the limited or tier 5 skins at least go into Smite 2. I really think the tier 5 skins should transfer. We'll see if they do or not.
Start fresh.
When we started this project, we made this hard call. We believed that our players wanted a better version of Smite more than anything else.
So what will you get in Smite 2? Introducing Legacy Gems and Divine Legacy, 2 systems designed to make sure you get rewarded for your time, money, and achievements.
Whether you grinded out daily logins or went hard on your gem sales, your Legacy Gems will be waiting for you in Smite 2. You'll receive Legacy Gems in Smite 2 equal to every single gem you've ever spent in Smite 1, free or purchased. Your Legacy Gems can be used to pay for 50% of most in-game purchases. Of
course. I see they're trying. This is. I didn't want to say this, but I feel this is the reason that Smite is not transferring stuff to Smite 2. Because they want to make a lot of the good stuff not purchasable with this legacy stuff. So they're pretty much saying, yeah, the hard decision wasn't that they wanted to do this. I think not transfer skins. I think the hard decision was, yeah, we want more money, so we're going to make the good stuff probably locked behind non-purchasable with legacy gems. I'm sure there's still going to be some good stuff, but I feel more of the rare stuff is not going to be purchasable by these legacy gems. That's
Smite 2.
So
things like events, skins, battle passes, and Smite 2 will all be half off until you spend all of your legacy gems. And if you purchase any Smite 2 Founders Packs, we'll give you double your legacy gems, giving you the equivalent purchasing power to the gems you already spent in Smite 1. Stay tuned for more info on Smite 2 Founders Packs as we get closer to release.
And Year 11 of Smite 1 comes with an all-new feature, Divine Legacy, going live in the first update of Year 11. Through the Divine Legacy, you'll be rewarded for your progress for each year of Smite's history. We've tracked the gods you've mastered, the ranked matches you've lost, the skins you've unlocked, and the match hours you've played. You earn points for your progress in each year, and your points are tallied together to give you rewards. You'll get a number of Smite 2 badges to show off some of your amazing Smite 1 achievements, your rare skins, and your exact mastery level and star count on each god. Plus, you'll unlock up to 11 skins in Smite 2 free, one for each year of Smite. Even if you don't plan to move to Smite 2, the Divine Legacy has some amazing rewards for you. You'll get to choose any unlimited Tier 4 and any unlimited Tier 5 to unlock absolutely free in Smite 1.
And if you've started Smite more recently, don't worry. You can still make progress on your Divine Legacy throughout Year 11 and eventually unlock all the rewards. There's something else brand new coming to Smite in Year 11, cross-gen skins. With Smite 2 approaching, we built a whole new skin production pipeline to make content that you'll get both in Smite 1 and in Smite 2. You can unlock 2 cross-gen skins today with the Smite Legacy Pass DLC, available now in Smite. This pack includes the new cross-gen Untamed Bellona skin, the new cross-gen Batty Bat Jingwei skin, a boost to Divine Legacy progress in Year 11, and more.
There's not just one or 2 cross-gen skins this year. Every new gem purchasable skin released in Smite in Year 11 will be a cross-gen skin, unlocked for you in Smite 2 as soon as that god is available to play. And as an added benefit, you'll get legacy gems in Smite 2 for every gem you spend on these cross-gen skins or any Smite 1 content.
We're so excited for the cross-gen content that we're kicking off Year 11 with 2 all-new events built around the concept. First, battle passes are now cross-gen passes. Second, the Immortal Honor event, where we'll reveal 2 new gods transitioning to Smite 2 every month.
And it's important to make clear once again, Smite.
So I was kind of worried, not worried, but wondering how is that going to work with gods? Because I mean, they have 120 gods. There's no way they could do all 100, however many gods they have in Smite, into Smite 2 the moment it releases. That'd be insane.
Smite 2 is a true sequel.
I wonder how they choose this.
And all of your Smite 1 content will remain live and available for you to play even after Smite 2 releases.
I know we threw a lot of information at you today about Smite 2 and the Divine Legacy process. We've put together a rundown at smite2.com/FAQ. We'll also continue to update you nonstop as more information about Smite 2 comes out. So follow @SmiteGame on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and Twitter. I mean X. You know what I mean.
We are committed to...
Just say Twitter. No one knows it is X. I'm with you, man. It's not X. It's Twitter. It will always be Twitter. I'm sorry, Elon. You were dumb for wanting to change it to X.
Smite 2 for years to come. And as a competitive game, that commitment starts with esports. 2024 will be a transition year for the esports scene, as the Titan Forge esports ecosystem moves from Smite to Smite 2, and evolves to answer a few of the community's most frequently heard concerns. More lands where you can join together in the audience and cheer on your favorite teams. A return of region-based rivalries with their unique metas. No more requirements for pros to live in Atlanta, allowing anyone to compete regardless of where they are from. An esports scene that is more open to anyone with the skill to win. and more freedom for players to sign sponsorship deals with whomever they want to. Introducing the Smite 2 Founders Series, a series of LAN majors that will build the foundation of Smite 2 esports scene. Starting during Smite 2's alpha, teams will be able to form freely under a banner of their choice and play in online qualifiers. The best teams will earn their spots to play live at a Smite 2 LAN major.
That's cool.
These majors will be held in front of a live audience around the world. We can confirm today that in year one of Smite 2 esports, there will be at least one major in the United States, and for the first time since 2017, competitive Smite will be played in front of a crowd at a major in Europe or the UK. Be sure to follow the Smite Pro X account to learn more about Smite 2 Founder Series and how you can take part.
When we started development on Smite 2, we wanted to make the first great MOBA since Smite. We think we're on the right track, but we're not done yet. There's a lot of work still left to be done.
We're going to need your help to make Smite 2 as amazing as it can be, because we believe the best games are developed alongside their communities. We've already begun early testing with SPL pros, Olympians, and some of your favorite content creators. Their feedback has been shaping the direction of Smite 2 for months.
We expect you'll be able to get your hands on Smite 2 this spring in early alpha testing. Go to smite2.com right now to register for an alpha code. Keep in mind, this will be a true alpha. The game will still be rough around the edges and even in the middle, but we want you in the game to get your feedback as soon as we can so that we're sure we're making the Smite 2 that you all want to play.
For a few of you here in attendance at Esports Stadium Arlington, you'll get a special chance to play a private test of Smite 2 this weekend.
There's so much more we can't wait to tell you about Smite 2. We didn't even have time to mention that voice packs in Smite 2 are now just unlocked automatically with each god.
Wait,
at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time on Sunday, January 14th, immediately following the Smite Year 11 show match. We'll be live on stage here at Esports Stadium Arlington and streaming everywhere online for our very first Smite 2 Dev Insight show. We'll talk more about our goals for Smite 2, showcase some development footage, and try to give a lot more detail about our vision for Smite 2.
And from now until alpha, we're going to be diving deep on a new feature every week. We'll cover some things we've touched on here today and some we just didn't have time to get to, like our improved audio system and how conquest roles are changing. If you want to be sure to get all the latest news, wishlist Smite 2 on Steam, Xbox, PlayStation, and Epic Games Store today, and follow @SmiteGame everywhere.
To all those watching in Arlington or at home, thank you for making the Smite community strong. We can't wait to take this first step into the next chapter of Smite with all of you. And with that, it's time for the Smite World Championship.
All right, so I was going to show a video on Twitter, but I decided not to show that because it was some woman's article, and I'd rather not steal her work. Excuse me. I think I'm going to take off my glasses so you can see my eyes better. As you can tell, my room's getting dark because I've done this about 20 times. So first off, I'm going to make this really short. I'm just going to give a few pros and cons, things I'm happy, excited about, and then I'll end the video. Would love to hear your opinions down below, things you disagree with me on, agree with, or your own issues you see with Smite 2. First off, the bad. I do not like legacy gems. The idea that we're going to have to purchase only 50% of the skins, which tells me a lot of the better skins probably will have to be used with real money, not these legacy gems. The fact that a lot of the tier 5s and limited skins will not be in Smite 2 is going to be very disappointing. The skins such as Thanatos Archon, the Bologna skin that transforms, both skins I do not have, but are beautiful skins and have been in the game for years. Very disappointing to see things like that will not transfer. The limited Poseidon Noodle skin, whereas I'm not a fan of it. It is a big community favorite. It's sad to see that not transfer in. The God Pack, I think, is something else we're probably not going to get for Smite 2. I do think they may do another pack, but the God Pack you purchased in Smite 1, I'm 100% sure is not going to transfer to Smite 2, which is very disappointing. I kind of wish they would give a discount, but I doubt they will. I think Smite 1 players who purchased the God Pack should get a discount for the God Pack for Smite 2, but we'll see. All in all, that's pretty much my main complaints. Positives, graphics look amazing. I think the game should run better. I'm just hoping that with Engine 5, it is not too heavy on older computers. But I do think the game should crash a lot less on Engine 5 because I'm pretty sure it will be better built all in all as a game. There are things I'm hesitant and excited about. Hopefully it turns out well. I do kind of want to see who they add in first year for Smite, because obviously there's no way they're going to be able to add in 100 and however many gods there are in Smite 1. So I look forward to seeing who they choose. Love to hear your opinions. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to tell me what you think. I'd love to hear your issues or loves with Smite. I'm definitely going to miss a lot of my skins from Smite 1. I'm hoping they keep their word and keep working on Smite 1, but I do feel that once Smite 2 comes out, if Smite 2 is a big enough as a success, Smite 1 is not going to get worked on much and is going to be forgotten, which is going to be unfortunate, but just how games are. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Everyone, take care all. Peace.